All right, Keyshawn Davis versus Edwin De Los Santos is locked in and set for June 7th in Keyshawn Davis' hometown of Virginia. Um, this fight, of course, a couple days ago they were saying that the fight, was falling off because of De Los Santos didn't want to tank what Top Rank was offering him. First they were saying that the offer was like 400K, and then some people said it was 200K. I ain't know what to believe, so that's why I ain't make no video about it or really speak about it too much, because I'm like, if they talking about some money, man, just get those numbers together, man, and lock this in, man. This ain't nothing to really be going crazy about and be blogging about, man. Just lock that fight in, man. And Edwin De Los Santos, he came out and said he didn't even know he was getting that much whatsoever. So obviously it was a thing where the promoter said he was, you know. He told him he was getting his number, and then the report came out that he was getting 400K. So it was a little middleman situation that was on some sketch shit, it sound like to me personally. You know what I'm saying? But obviously now that they reported that the fight is locked in, so you got Keyshawn Davis versus Edwin De Los Santos June 7th in Virginia. Interesting fight, man, for real. Keyshawn Davis, first title defense, hometown fight for him. Different thing for Edwin De Los Santos, coming back from injury. He had an injury in his arm. And on top of that, Edwin De Los Santos was locked down to where like he had a problem. He had blood clot problems to where he was on the shelf for a little bit because of him having blood clot issues. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. And he hasn't fought since the Shakur fight, which is almost a year and a half from now. And Edwin De Los Santos, truth be told, he's a big guy too as well, fighting at 135. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? A guy that's going to have some issues trimming that weight down, going down to 135 when the guy looking like he had 170 and shit. You know what I mean? So that's why I be trying to tell these fighters, man. Some of y'all fighters don't be fighting around y'all natural weight, man. Y'all need to get to fighting around y'all natural weight. Stop killing yourself to make these weight classes, man. This shit is ridiculous. Like, and it's showing in some of these fights as well, man, for sure, man. Like, it's real nasty work for real talk. And so like this is a fight for real, honestly, like I got a lot of different perspectives as far as this fight, and I'm gonna just tell a couple of it. Like, this fight with Keyshawn and Edwin, I feel like Keyshawn, this is a good fight for him. I think Keyshawn's gonna win it personally, just on some just early prediction shit. Cause I believe like Edwin going to be rusty, I believe. I feel like possible um you're not gonna. I don't know what type of Edwin we gonna get, man, because of that last performance was a shit show. You know what I'm saying? Fighting Shakur Stevenson, man, and it's been so long since he fought. It's been about a year and a half, and your health issues with your blood clots, and I just think this fight is just tailor made for Keyshawn to win, especially if it goes to decision. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's on Top Rank. They're gonna give Keyshawn the dub for sure, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially if it's a close fight. Keyshawn's going to get the dub regardless. But another angle just to think about on this fight for us perspective is think about with Keyshawn beating, say Keyshawn washed. He end up washing Edwin De Los Santos. And then, Top Rank, they gonna end up promoting it like, yeah, Keyshawn, he watched Edwin De Los Santos, Shakur Stevenson, he struggled with Edwin De Los Santos. He had a shitty fight with him and everything. So they're gonna push that narrative and make Shakur Stevenson look bad at the same time, along with this fight as well. You know what I mean? So that's another perspective to think about it for us this fight too, for us the Shakur Stevenson side, that Top Rank, they're pushing this fight for us Keyshawn to make Shakur look bad in reality. You know what I'm saying? Because they believe Keyshawn is going to easily beat Edwin compared to what Shakur did in the fight. You know what I mean? So that's another perspective right there in this fight for real. And just think of the perspective with Edwin De Los Santos just being out for so long, and just a guy that the odds is against him in this fight, against him. For as the judges, the platform, him obviously what I said before, him being out for a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? All the odds is against Edwin. You know what I'm saying? So what juice do he have to be able to, overcome the odds and win this fight versus Keyshawn Davis? The only thing possible that I could think of, obviously, which is I would assume that all of y'all would be thinking the same thing as me, is him getting a knockout in this fight. He's going to definitely need a knockout to win this fight for sure. You know what I mean? So definitely going to be a interesting tactical fight between these two. Both of these guys is big guys. And like Keyshawn, he's a big guy at 135 is too. Like I don't know how long he gonna be able to stay at 135, honestly, too. Because he was big as hell in that Check fight for real. So no, interesting to see these guys on fight night coming up, how much they rehydrate in the fight as well. You know what I'm saying? Because both of these guys is two big guys at 135, man. And we'll see what happens, man. I know, like I said before, Top Rank, they got, they whole situation where they're joining forces with PBC, and we'll definitely end up seeing them possibly try to make some down the line. Keyshawn with a fight with Tank possibly, man, because I know a lot of people was talking all that little bullshit about, oh, Jake Paul called Tank out, whatever. He wasn't about to call Jake Paul out. From what I heard from sources, he was gonna call out Keyshawn Davis. You know what I'm saying? So, in Top Rank PBC, they working together now, and they specifically want to try to get fights with Tank Davis along with Keyshawn Davis and Lomachenko. So you can see that possibly down the line, man. So we're gonna move on to the next topic. Like I said, Keyshawn Davis, Edwin De Los Santos, June 7th in Virginia. Tune into that fight coming up soon.